Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Suta Goswami says to 88,000 Rishis gathered in Naimisharanya Kshetra that, O sages, when Parikshit Maharaj heard from Sri Sukadeva Goswami about 28 kinds of ferocious hells, he wanted to know in detail about those hells. He wanted to know who is taken to which hell and how he is punished to become purified. How long that person stays in that hell. Hearing such plea from King Parikshit, Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, O King Parikshit, anyone who usurps, robs somebody's wealth, children, kidnaps or kidnaps his wife, that person, after their death from this world, the ferocious messengers of Yamaraj come there and forcibly tie his subtle body and take him to Tamisra hell. Tamisra hell was the first in the list of 28. And he suffers there. The Garuda Purana states that when a sinner dies, the family and house becomes contaminated for 12 days. Why? Because when messengers of Yamaraj take the sinner's subtle body to hell, he stands on the line to hear his page of accounts from the account books from Chitragupta. So it takes him 3 days to reach Chitragupta and see that that person's page is open, whatever activities that person did. And then for decisions take some time. So that living entity is thrown out from hell and returned to earth. Because he is a sinner, has a subtle body, just returned from hell, cannot touch earth, cannot live on earth, can neither eat nor drink. So Chitragupta had told him before departing from hell that you can live on a pippala tree. Pippal is a kind of banyan tree. So that subtle body resides in a pippala tree. That's why most of the Brahmins don't go who have Brahmin thread near a pippala tree except on Saturdays. They don't go there because subtle bodies, there are millions and millions of subtle bodies are residing there. That's why family member, the eldest son, takes a clay water pot, a new one, filled up with water, and a hole underneath, very little, and a kusha grass in that hole, and hangs it on the pippala tree, so the drips come out from the drops from that pot for 9 days. That living entity, thinking that living entity may drink like that. When 9 days are completed, means 3 days and 9 days, 12 days. When 12 days are done, 13th day, family performs a fire sacrifice inviting a Brahmin and invites Brahmins to eat. 13th day. So 13 Brahmins are fed and given sufficient charities in the name of departed fellow. Like that. After fire sacrifice and feeding of the Brahmanas and given charity, then only the house and people living in the house or his departed person's relatives become purified. That is the only process in Vedic civilization. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continues, when the sinner is thrown in the Tamisra hell, that Tamisra hell is full of darkness and is whipped there so hard, very painful whipping, and is given scare sounds and seen as ferocious forms of Yamadutas, messengers of Yamaraj. When they beat him, whip him hard, he falls unconscious. They wake him up. Then beat him again. Again they wake him up. They beat him again. He falls unconscious, wake him up, beat him again. Until amount of punishment required for his sins are complete, they don't let him go free. O King Parikshit, anyone who cheats, misleads, acts as a fraud or fools somebody to use his wife to personal enjoyment, illegal enjoyment, that kind of person, after their demise, Yamadutas take him and throw him in the Andhatamisra hell and give him severe punishment there. When he is punished so hard, he falls like a tree which is cut from the bottom. Cut from the root, how tree falls, same way he falls there, and lose consciousness and memory, like that. That's why it is called Andhatamisra, goes blank. O King Parikshit, those people who think they are their bodies, they think, I am this body. There is no difference, body and soul. Such kind of people who also think, I am this body, this is my wife, these are my kids, my duty is to maintain my family. They take care of their family day and night. The only thing, that is their goal of life. And keep abhorrent malice or hatred towards other living entities. They will eat goat, chicken, meat, fish, eggs, cows, buffaloes, everything they can eat. They don't care. They think they are meant for them to eat. Such kind of people, after their death, they are taken to Raurava Naraka. Raurava is named because there are Ruru kind of entities like worms who are more cruel than snakes. That living entity exists there, millions and unlimited. So, it's taken there and thrown inside. Those living entities which had been suffered by due to him or her, due to his family, they become Ruru living entities there, and these thrown there, and they come and bite. So much painful, and pitifully cries. How long he can tolerate? 1 minute, 2 minutes, half an hour? Because Sasti Sahasra Varsa, minimum 60,000 years, a living entity goes to hell. like that. There, because he's being bitten by these living entities, gets purified in due course of time. O King Parikshit, those who do not care and live free, I am free. I don't care about anybody, anything. I don't care about going to hell. I really don't care. Such kind of people. Such kind of people who do not care and say, I don't care, and they do as per their wish, and they feel, they do whatever they feel it is good. They don't follow any scriptures. If it feels good, then you go, do it. And those who suggest to do that, those who teach how to do this, they are taken to Mahāraurava Naraka after their departure from this world. And they are thrown there. Those Ruru living entities, they bite him because it's similar, but it's Mahāraurava, that was Raurava. They bite him and take the pieces out from his body. Because those worms also have subtle body, this guy also has subtle body. They take pieces out. How painful it is. Why one wants to go to hell? Why you don't become a devotee? Why you want to go to hell? Just think very carefully. Why we have to suffer if we can enjoy? If we take the spiritual life, we go back to Garden and enjoy there with God. How wonderful it is. So, whatever living entities that person had eaten on this earth while alive, those living entities become Ruru, worms, and bite him and pull flesh from his body. O King Parikshit, those who keep pets in the house, in the mood of eating them one day, they keep animals. And they cook, some of them, some categories of them, they cook alive. Those who cook alive or those who keep animals to eat them, they kill themselves. Such kind of people are taken after their death to Kumbhi Paka hell. Kumbhi means cooking pot. Paka means boiling oil. So they are taken to that hell. And they are thrown mercilessly by strong, stout messengers of Yamaraj, lifting him and throwing on his head, means upside down into the boiling oil. Oil is cooking there. Because he has subtle body cannot die. That's why he cries, screams so pitifully. So much pain. You boiling, cooking, you fry your chicken or fry pakoras, same way you are getting fried there. It's best. Why these things are spoken by Srila Sukadeva Goswami to King Parikshit. Parikshit was most civilized person on earth, planet at that time. He never did these things. Why is being spoken? Because people will come in future who will do this. They will boil a live living entity, either in oil or in boiling water. Whatever way they boil, throw live living entity. And the way they feel pain, the way that has to be felt there, so they make sure they feel pain. O King Parikshit, those who punish a traditional Brahmana in any way. Traditional Brahmana who lives by the rules of Brahmanism, he cannot be punished in any manner. He is free from all punishment by the scriptures. Anyone who punishes such a Brahmana by chance or kills a traditional Brahmana and or kills real devotees and or kills spiritually inclined or following spiritual life devotee parents or burns the Vedic scriptures, such class of person is taken to a hell after their death called Kala Sutra. O King Parikshit, this Kala Sutra hell is 80,000 miles in circumference, diameter. 80,000 miles. Open sky. And the ground is made of copper. It is heated copper, hot. And the sky open, the scorching heat from the sun. This living entity is thrown there and told him, get, and walk without shoes. No shoes there. Subtle bodies don't have gross shoes. That is called Kala Sutra. So it's very hot from the bottom. No water and food there available for them because they are sinners. So suffering from inside due to hunger and thirst, suffering from outside from hot copper, and heat from the scorching heat from the sun. Person is so miserable, screams very, very hard, sometimes sits down due to misery, feels pain from the bottom, sometimes stands up, feels heat from the bottom of the feet, sometimes lays down, cannot do. What can you do? How long you can stand in the hot copper? How long you can sit? How long you can lay down? My goodness, how much suffering there is. For a sinner has to be a punishment. Devotees' activities are not called sins. They are called devotional service. So please become a real devotee. If you become a devotee and you remain a fake devotee, then you are wasting time and going to hell for sure. If you are following a fake devotee, you have to straighten your act again. Like that. However many hairs were there in his gross body, that many 1,000 years he has to suffer there for tormenting a Brahmin, traditional, real Brahmin. Can you imagine that? Brahmatya should not be done. No way Brahmin is allowed to be punished. But in Kali Yuga, modern day, if Brahmana breaks a state law, then punishment government will give. If he did not break a state law, then he should not be punished. O King Parikshit, if somebody adopts spiritual life and without facing much trouble and gives up that spiritual life and goes back to their old ways, or goes back to follow heretics called Pakhandis, or becomes agnostic, atheist, person is taken by Yamadutas after that to Asipatra Vana. Asi means palm tree, palm. Patra means leaves, Vana means forest. The palm trees are not grown too tall. They are short, maybe 3-4 feet high. They got so many sharp leaves. It's called Asipatra Vana. And this sinner is whipped hard in that forest and has to run because it's whipping. Minimum 2 Yamadutas carry one person. Minimum 2 assigned to punish. Like Haridas Thakur, 2 constables were assigned to whip him in the marketplaces. Like that. We will discuss later on someday. So, they whip him hard, and how many can he take? And he runs. Runs is the Asipatra Vana. Means the sharp leaves are there, as sharp as knife, as sharp, as very painful cuts. All his body is so much pain. When you cut your body, someplace get cut due to some mistake, and whatever pain one gains cutting with a blade, thousands of times more pain is cut by palm leaves. Very painful. And he cries out for help and says, I am going to die now. I am going to die. Please, I am going to die. I will die. Okay, you die. Why you do like this? Why did you do that? Like that. There is no mercy. The mercy, M-E-R-C-Y, is not allowed in hell. See? Asipatravana is thrown there. Even though he cries and faints, they are not merciful to them until his equal amount of what sin he has done, however much punishment is required, that much they will do. That is their duty. Like policeman has it, their duty, they are doing their duty. So there is no sin on the part of messengers of Yamaraj. Yamadutas don't carry reaction for punishing them and not listening to their pitiful cries. No, they do their duty. And they are bound to do their duty. And they do it perfectly. There is no cheating in duty. Those who follow heretics, such punishment is for them. Why you follow heretics? They say something and do something else. Why? These are heretics. They look like devotees. They are not good. They don't believe in the scriptures. They really don't believe. Guarantee, they don't believe. If they believed, they don't commit offense. I was a blessing for them. I was really a blessing. I never wanted to initiate anybody. I did not want to become a big leader there. I did not want any responsibility. How they treated? Do they believe in the process? It's amazing. Amazing. So those who follow heretics, this punishment is for them. This Bhāgavatam speaks. Sukadeva Goswami speaking. And Parikshit Maharaj did not object any of these statements. That means he accepts. He is a ruler. He knows all the rules of the ruling. O King Parikshit, anyone who punishes a traditional Brahmana who lives by scriptural rules, that fellow is taken to Sukaramukha hell, another hell. Just imagine. Those who government officers, they punish a traditional Brahmana or an innocent person they are taken to Sukarmukha, hell. Sukarmukha is like a sugarcane squeezing, juice squeeze, sugarcane juice making machine. Sugarcane sticks are put in here, juice comes out there. That machine, there, put by force, pushed in to squeeze out all the juice. Can you imagine? Very difficult. You have to follow a spiritual master who believes in the process, who this process is in his blood, that is his life, that is natural for that him. Follow such class of person, you will get benefited. Even if you don't believe, you will start believing because you follow a believer. That effect will come to you in due course of time. You will start believing. You will start following because that is his nature. So one day some effect, some qualities will develop in you from that guru who is a natural devotee. Like that. How much painful it must be. You put your finger in the juice making machine, sugar cane. There are two rollers. They are so close and they push the sugar cane inside and then the rollers roll and juice comes. So you put your finger and see how painful it is. Don't put that. But I'm just saying, put a stick. Just see how painful it is. And then they are put there, these followers of heretics and those who punish a real traditional Brahmana, a perfect Brahmana, an innocent government punishing innocent person. That is taken. So punish them. Real Brahmana cannot be punished. But if a Brahmana who is born in a traditional family but don't follow all the rules, smokes bidis, tobacco, cigarette, eat onion, garlic, whatnot, don't chant, don't read scriptures, something like that. They are called Brahmabandhu. That class of men should be punished for mistakes. But real Brahmana, no punishment. Otherwise you go to Sukarmukha hell where you are put in the sugarcane juice machine. See what it says. Bapanam dravinadanam sthanat niryapanam tatha esihi brahmabandhunam badho nanyosti deihika. Brahma Bandhu, who is born in a traditional Brahmin family but don't follow all the rules. Follows but not all the rules. Takes a tea, coffee, onion, garlic sometimes. Smokes a bidi. Takes betel nut. Something like that. So they are called Brahma Bandhu because they are not following rules of Brahmins. If they commit a mistake, they are punished physically. How? By Bapanam, whatever he owns as wealth, cash. Dravinadana, anything received in charity. That land, process, taken. And Sthana niryapanam means go away from here. Take from him and go away, get out. Send him away. That is the punishment. Or if you killed such a person by chance, by mistake, is dead. You hit him somewhere and he's dead. He did not intend to kill him, but he's dead. you go to Shukarmukha. Like that. So because there is no physical punishment written, even for a Brahmabandhu, how careful it is to deal with a Brahmin. And I was a Brahmin. I was Brahmin. And with them, a most learned, they have achieved. I guided them many ways. So many guidance I gave. And I never wanted any position. No position I wanted. I did not want to initiate anyone. I just wanted to live there, give them teachings. Do they believe in the process? Do they believe what Bhāgavatam says? Do they believe what Sukadeva Goswami said? Do they believe what Parikshit Maharaj accepted? Do they believe in the scriptures, or they just wear saffron clothes, carry a danda, and take donations and enjoy a lavish life? Do they live simply? Simple living and high thinking is the motto of a devotee. Their thinking is very complicated. They think. They ask questions which are not necessary, not meant to take you back to Godhead. They have no weight to carry you back to Godhead. So, these things are spoken to scare you from acting bad, to scare you to adopt spiritual life, go positive way. Spiritual life burns all kinds of sins, but you have to believe in them. If you are following an unbeliever who poses to be believing, how can you get benefit? How can you believe? Even though you think you are believing. You have to follow a believer who can give you some guidance, who can take you back to Godhead. Thank you very much.